founder of Momentum U. So just getting set up here. Uh, really great. We've had a great series. The series has been about businesses booming. And we've talked about a lot of different areas. And I hope if your business is booming, a lot of service businesses, construction businesses have been booming. But what I've found is when I'm talking to a lot of my clients or people, even prospects, is there's a lot of challenges that are still arising and some that are not even they're not even aware of. So that's where this series came from. And it's been great. The feedback's been amazing because it's helped people see some areas that they might have been missing. So, the last couple of weeks, we've dove into this myth that when business is booming, everything's all right. That's what it seems like. It feels like it. You've been dreaming for this time. You've wanted this time. The business is flowing in, but the problems are also magnifying below the surface. So we looked at a couple areas. We said, well, it just happened. COVID actually triggered a lot of it in the home improvement area or in service businesses. It really triggered a lot of whether, again, if you're a home improvement company or you're a anything, even Lowe's or Home Depot, anything that had to do with around the home, a swimming pool, a remodel, a kitchen or a bath, painting, electrical. I mean, it's been swamped, digging and new construction. So the trouble that we saw is the traps that this leads to. So there's pitfalls along the way that you overlook. You get so busy and you forget to train your people. You forget to build the right team. You rush to hire people. You do things that just are detrimental to your company long term. You buy things to service the customer. You take customers and you rush to get it done. We've talked about so many great things over the last couple weeks. Last week, I shared a story of a grocery store that had one location and went to a second location, and they actually busted. It fell apart. And it was because the problems that they had at the small grocery store magnified when they went to the big grocery store. They never fixed the problems. So as business is booming, I'm going to challenge you to look at what's really going on, because it's a lot easier. And I plead right now with you. It's a lot easier to do it right now than it is when you don't have a choice. It seems like it's more difficult now because you don't need it. And I get it. I talk to people all the time that are on both sides of the coin, both sides of the equation. But I want to encourage you to do it now. At least look at it. Look at what that looks like. See where the gaps and things that are arising. Simple things like buying equipment on 5-year terms when you only have a boom of 1.5 years. It doesn't make sense. Buying new and you lose all that depreciation and all the value. There's so many things that can be saved in your organization. So when business is booming, it's critical to look at these areas. It's critical to make these adjustments. It's critical to have something, because you're probably too busy. You're so busy doing other things, but is it for the long term? Is it the long game? So I want to encourage you to, think about these things. Go back and look at some of the other series that we did. We covered a lot of this stuff. So if it's interesting, go back and take a look at it. Today, though, excuse me, I want to do just a quick evaluation, self-evaluation. I'm going to get a little bit personal here, but what I'd like you to do is I want you to score on 3 things. It's pretty simple, nothing too crazy. But this is your self-assessment and your self-evaluation into, is being busy and business booming really good? And I'm going to just score these things, 1 to 5, 5 being excellent, ideal life, the best ever. So the first thing is your bank account and cash flow. Where is that on the scale of 1 to 5? Be honest with yourself, because if it sucks, you got to do something about it. You told me, and people tell me over the years when I talk to them in coaching, when business is booming, that's when I'll do it. It's not true. So right now, your business is booming. Is your cash flow booming? Is your bank account where it needs to be? Is everything right on track? Excuse me. That is what I want you to grade yourself. 1 to 5. What is it? Be honest with yourself. Honest gets results. The second thing that I want you to grade yourself in is your revenue growth in the last 3 years. So you might be saying, well, business is booming. It's a 5. So I'm going to trick you right here. Actually, it's not a trick. We all know top line revenue doesn't matter. It's what you make in net profit. It's the big deal. So has your net income grown the last 3 years? At the right percentage. I want you to think about that. Is it growing? 1 to 5. And the last one that's might be and is, it's not might be, it is the most important. It's your personal life. The reason you went into business, was it for freedom? Was it for enjoyment? Was it for extra money? Was it for low stress? Was it for self-betterment? 1 to 5, where are you in this? Because if you're not a 5, that tells you that it's not really booming. These are the things, simple, that I've seen in organizations where they say they're booming, but when we look at the bank account, when we look at their net profit, when we look at their personal life, you're not booming. Evaluate yourself. If those are not 4 or 5s, you need to do something about it. Any one of them. If you don't have a score of 12 or more, it's time to do it. And I would be striving for better. I mean, if you want to accept good, that's fine. I want great. So if you're not a 15, I would say you should be doing something about it. So if your life isn't booming, it's time to make it boom. And I saw a great thing by Jocko and the program that they have of Extreme Ownership. It was talking about, they're not there to be a motivational coach. And some people take this as motivation. So hopefully it motivates you to do something about it. But I'm also here to call you out and say, it's time to do something. If your bank account isn't where it needs to be, if your revenue growth, time out, your net profit where it needs to be, and your personal life, remember what you wanted when you signed up for business. It was about freedom. It was about enjoyment. It was about extra money. It was about providing for your family or doing things in the community. It was about having low stress, getting rid of the other drama from wherever you were at. So I want you to do these couple things to make it happen. And the first thing that I want you to do is recognize it with your score. Recognize that your business is not booming. If that's you, if it is, great. But I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to the person where you think it's booming just because there's business coming in, but a holistic perspective, it's not. So if it's not booming, you need to recognize it first. Always the first step, awareness. If you check out my book, something I talk about. The second thing is I want you to re-energize yourself with the dreams that you had when you started your business. What was it? What was it for you that got you fired up? Was it to travel the world? Was it time with family? Was it the money that you were going to make, the cars that you were going to buy? Was it about being the boss? Was it about having your name on all the equipment and on the building? What was it for you? And I want you to get excited about that. I want you to go back to that place and dive in and dream it again. Because the next step is working to get back there. What happens is we get burnt out by some of the challenges and the hustle and everything that we do, that when we come back to it, we need to dream in the excitement. The third thing that I'm going to say that you need to do is decide that you're going to start today. Today is a day, right now. And the first step that I want you to do is go to startthemo.com. You can also go to explosivemomentum.com. Two sites, they're different. They both can take you to the same spot. But if you go to startthemo.com, M-O, it will help you do a training. There's an immediate training to help give you some additional tips on this. And that will start the journey of asking yourself some questions, making you think about some things. And if it's right, book a call with our team. We have some great people on our staff that will walk you through the strategy and give you different perspective to your business. Awareness is the opening part. We talked about earlier in the series, there's things in your business that you're not even seeing right now that are going to come back up in the next couple years. Let's eliminate that. Now's the time to make it happen, to change the way that you operate in business, to make your life the way that you saw it when you started, not the way it is today. Don't wait. Start right now. Go to explosivemomentum.com or startthemo.com and dive in today. Reach out to me. You can reach me on LinkedIn. You can find me some other places. I'm active on LinkedIn. Send me a message, send me an email, or book a call with our team. Do it. Don't wait any longer. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you watching.